There's this man. He has a time machine.
On the 28th of November in the year 2015, an episode of a television show aired all over the world called Heaven Sent. This episode was the 11th out of the 12th episode season in one of the BBC's most recognized shows, Doctor Who. And while you most likely never heard of it, its relevance to my topic is important, as it has one of the most interesting demonstrations of what we nerds/dorks call the constructed messaging in media. Doctor Who is a show about a time-traveling alien simply named the Doctor, who ran away from their home people in a machine known as the TARDIS. They go anywhere and anywhen purely for the purposes of fun/adventure, and what good is fun if they travel alone? This specific version of the character ended up traveling with a friend named Clara Oswald. Hell, she is most likely what they would call their best friend in a way, who saw them on their worst days and their best days.
The gods.
Oh, right you are. I'm very sorry for your loss. I'll do all I can to solve the death of your friend/family member/pet.
Problem, however, making friends with the Doctor is dangerous, and after a long time being best friends, Clara ended up dying, leaving the Doctor grief-stricken. No time to dwell on that, though, because the character gets trapped in a prison known as the Confession Dial, created by the people they ran away from to simply torture the Doctor and make them confess to knowing something about the season's story arc. It's quite the roller coaster, this show, but when you get scenes like this, you know you're in for a unique episode. First off, notice the camera work, the lighting, and the color, or rather, lack thereof. The camera is simple, giving us close and yet slightly cramped shots of the Doctor looking at their environment. The lighting almost only coming out of one window, leaving signs of the Doctor in shadow. The color only really popping out with the Doctor's red coat and the curtains in the background, causing them to blend in this overall gray-colored room. Even the music has a part to play when you hear its eerie calm before playing a slight motif of sorts. What is the show conveying through all this work? If your answer is, I don't care, or longing, then congratulations, you're correct. Mainly because I wouldn't blame you if you don't, considering the pacing I'm going at to explain what's going on, but also the representation of the character's feelings are on full display visually. Now, yes, the Doctor doesn't look super sad, but their smile clearly demonstrates the simple concept of missing someone. The person they once loved, now gone for good. They even distract themselves, analyzing how old the painting is, which is pretty consistent trend with the character. But oh hey look, now a fisheye lens is being used because a monster is coming, representing its clear alien perspective. What does one do in this situation? A situation where your life is in peril because a monster is here to kill you if you don't confess? Why ramble and act like a fool, of course?
When I was a very little boy, there was an old lady who died. They covered her in veils, but it was a hot, sunny day.
The music tenses up, clearly knowing what's about to happen. Why would the Doctor do this?
What am I here for? And you've known about me for a very long time.
Now they are telling a random story and picking off the petals of this flower? Do they not realize the stakes of the situation? If they continue on like this, then they are totally gonna...
I told you I was scared of dying. I wasn't lying.
Oh.
Advantage.
Oh!
Because you won't see this coming.
Now we are in their time machine and they are talking to themselves. Oh wait! They can't be in their time machine and we keep cutting back to the situation, almost as if the character is imagining it. We see the Doctor suddenly exposit exposition, and all of a sudden the actions make sense. Camera slows down to fit their quick thinking. We cut back to their conversation with the monster, except faster and in quick cuts. They pull the petals to test the atmospheric density of the room. They drop that thing to test the strength of the local gravity. And throughout all of this, they smell salt, deducing that they were at sea, so the last thing they needed to do was throw the stool and test how far and how fast they might fall. This character is essentially explaining to the viewers why they are a space Sherlock. Except, it isn't us they are explaining it to. In their head, it's their now dead friend, Clara.
Rule 1 of dying, don't. Rule 2, slow down. For the rest of your life, the faster you think, the slower it will pass. Concentrate. Assume you're going to survive. Always assume that. Imagine you've already survived. There's a storeroom in your mind. Lock the door and think. This is my storeroom. I always imagine that I'm back in my TARDIS, showing off, telling you how I escaped making you laugh. That's what I'm doing right now. I am falling. Clara, I'm dying. And I'm going to explain to you how I survived.
Clara stands still every time she shows up in frame, almost like a ghost, an old memory, standing in front of a blackboard just to write questions on. Just a painful reminder that she's not actually here. But no time to dwell on recent trauma, because as the doctor says...
Can't wait to hear what I say. I'm nothing without an audience.
The lighting gets more intense in the TARDIS, flashing red as time runs out.
Earlier, when I broke the window on shore, salty air. This castle is standing in the sea. Diving into water from a great height is no guarantee of survival. I need to know exactly how far I'm going to fall and how fast.
The shots become wider as the doctor keeps falling. The music gets louder and louder as the doctor furiously types on the controls. Another visual representation, except this time it's about how the doctor is going to survive.
Am I spoiling the magic? I work with this stuff, you know? Shoot at the water in a bar.
Calculating even when falling, thinking even when there are seconds left to live, and never stopping. Cut, 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 music continues thriving, character dialogue speeding, camera zooms in, and... Did they make it? Well, I already spoiled enough. Best to leave that to the imagination, even if the answer is obvious. But in this show, it's less the end goal and more the how and the why anyway, which smoothly transitions to the whole point of this video. Filmmaking is a process, even on television. The amount of examples I already gave you is what's called the creative language. I was able to get all of this just from watching what was on screen, what is heard, what is shown, and what its meaning. Was it correct? Well, that's the point of art, it's subjective. I could be wrong in many different ways, I don't know. Go and watch it if you want. Start with Series 1, 5, 11, or the new Season 1 on Disney+, because I swear this overly British sci-fi show is something everybody needs to see at least once in their lifetime. Though, going against my personal motives, constructive messaging is found everywhere, so if you know a piece of media that you like a lot and it has methods like these, which it most likely does, as almost every production in existence has it, then find it. Because that's media studies class, guys. From logos to commercials to movies and so on. It's a game of interpretations, and if you play it well, your favorite media might just be even better than when you first found it.